Hey friends, welcome back to the studio. On this lesson, we're going to focus on now deleting our routines, and the functionality will be performed within the same screen that we created in the previous lesson, which is the update routine. So we just need to add a certain function here, an action, a call to action, which will request the user if they do want to delete this routine. And if they say yes, we're able to perform that delete functionality on the routine collection. So let's go to our project. So we'll be using the update routine that file on the app bar at the top. Here it is. We'll add another property called actions. Inside here, we're going to create an icon button. That will have an onPressed feature, and we'll set our icon to const icon icons.delete to have that delete icon. Okay, so next we're going to come here. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to add that. On onPressed, we want, when we click, we show an alert dialog, which you can see on the app structure over here. This one that says, are you sure you want to delete, so that you have a yes or a no. If it says no, we just pop out of the dialog box. If it says yes, we continue the delete functionality. So back to the project, come here and create our dialog. So we say show dialog. Inside the show dialog, we have a few parameters to set. You have the context. The context helps us to set a position for a widget in the widget tree. Then we have the builder, which will hold a build context. That's called context. And we'll pass an alert dialog. In this alert dialog, we'll have a title that says context delete routine. Sorry, delete routine. Then there will be content. This content will be form of a text, another text that just says, are you sure you want to delete this routine? Just to confirm with the user that they actually want to delete. We don't want to just create a call for action where when you click, it just deletes by default. We want to be able to interact with the user a little bit before they delete it. And then we have the actions. In these actions, we'll have a yes or a no. So we can have an elevated button, onPressed, with that text. That says yes, and another one that says no. We can differentiate by color and set set style. And have this one in red. It's just to differentiate the two buttons. So we are saying create a dialog, an alert that says, that has a title delete routine. And then it asks, are you sure you want to delete this routine? So there's option to say yes, there's option to say no. So the option to say yes, to say no, we just do a navigator dot pop, just to close the dialog and just go back to the routine. If you don't want to delete it, if it's a yes, we'll create a function for it down here called delete routine. To go back to the app bar. So we'll come here and call that delete routine here. Great. So let's just refresh the app just to see if our interface looks as it should. And then now we just work on the delete routine functionality and we're done. So we have our routines. So it maybe I can delete the first one, washing uniforms. Okay, we're not deleting yet, just to show the design, the interface. So we have our app bar here, and we've added our call to action with an icon of a delete icon. So when you click on it, it should tell us, show a delete routine title, a dialog that has, are you sure you want to delete this routine? Yes or no? Okay, the colors are off. We can sort that later. But let's first make sure. If I say no, it will take us back. But now we want to, when you click yes, it deletes this routine. So let's go back to the project. Go all the way down. So what we'll simply do, as we have always done, is first call the routine collection is equals to widget.isar.routines. Next, we're going to use the write transaction, if you remember, but it requires an await, so we have to set our function as async. So await widget.isar.write transaction async inside here we say routine collection dot delete. So we're deleting using the ID. That's what we use to delete, because remember, the ID is a property that creates uniqueness for every routine. So we can use that property to actually delete a whole routine. So we'll just call the widget.routine. If you remember, the one that we added, that's at the constructor, the one that we receive, and then we call its ID. This specific routine that we are in, we call its ID, and we pass the ID and tell Isar to actually delete this ID, this routine with this ID from the routine collection. Great. So it's simple as that. And after that, we can decide once we delete, we can instead of a navigator.pop, we can navigate back to the main page. because I'm not sure. Yeah, navigator dot. Because if we do a navigator.pop, it will just stay in that same screen. And we have already deleted this routine, so that user experience wouldn't make sense. We just want to take the user back to the routines, and they're able to see that the routine that they wanted to delete has been deleted. So we use the navigator.push. So we're pushing to the main page. Context, material, page, root, context. So we call the main page. We pass the widget.isar. So we just want, once we delete, we go back to the main page, and the main page should be able to reload now the routines that we have. So let's refresh and see. So we can delete the first one, washing uniforms. When you click on delete and say yes, as you can see, we have cleared our routine. So we now have 2 routines that are remaining, and our delete function is now working. So the delete functionality is very simple, and I think it makes the user experience makes sense, being able to ask the user, are you sure you want to delete, before rather than just passing the delete function straight away. So that's done. That was pretty short and sweet. See you on the next lesson.